welcome to my channel where I talk about all things faith, lifestyle, and homemaking. Today I am going to be talking about something that I get asked so often, and I just thought that it would be much better for me to just kind of kick off my channel with something that's a pretty big part of my lifestyle. So one thing I do want to preface this video with is majority of the reasonings of why I wear dresses and skirts only is based off of personal conviction. And so I think a lot of people have a misunderstanding of what personal conviction really means. But to put it in the most simplest of terms, it's a self issue, not an else issue. So this is something that the Lord has placed on my heart, but I don't think of you any differently or less than just because you choose to wear pants or you choose to dress immodestly. I promise you I'm not thinking of that. I'm coming from a very loving heart and just kind of sharing my own part of my testimony, but also just, why I wear what I wear and just kind of go from there. So I think I'll start off with when my personal conviction really started, which was definitely during my pregnancy. There's something about pregnancy that just was so amazing. And I understand that some women do not have the best pregnancy experiences, but the Lord really blessed me with such an amazing and enlightening one. And I think that I really just started to embrace and feel encouraged by my femininity as a woman. And because there's just something about when you're pregnant, it is only for us women that God gave us the ability to do. It is so cool. Women's bodies are so cool. And I don't know, it was just a very empowering season of my life and something that really helped me not only change my outlook on femininity, but really embrace it. So that was one thing that was kind of like a change of heart within that, but also was with what I wore, which kind of goes a little hand in hand because dresses and skirts are just very feminine and pretty, but they're also the easiest to be modest in. Now, obviously there are certain things like whether it's skirt length or style or whatever that could be immodest, but depending on your standards that you've set for yourself, it's the easiest, in my opinion, to be modest in skirts and dresses than it is in pants. So that's just kind of a personal opinion of mine. But like I said, during my pregnancy is when I really started to reevaluate, why am I wearing what I'm wearing? What are my intentions behind it? And I started to realize that, especially in college and maybe even the latter half of my high school years, I would intentionally try to dress immodestly, and it was mainly to attract, male attention, and I guess even to kind of flex the kind of body type that I had. And I'm not saying that if you dress immodestly that those are your reasons, but if I'm being completely honest, unfortunately and embarrassingly, those were mine. And so I was obviously married in my during my pregnancy, but I was also about to be a new mom, and I think that God just kind of really helped open my eyes and ask myself, is this the best way to glorify Him? Is this the best way to honor my husband and represent our marriage? And is this the best way to represent myself as an about to be new mom? And ultimately my answer was no. So that is kind of when God started to do a lot of work within me, and when I started to do a lot of work within myself and also on the outside of myself. To just kind of change what I wore, which is actually a pretty big lifestyle change. Your style is a big part of you. And so I think that when I first started my modesty journey, my standards for myself were definitely more lax than what they are now. I think that my main thing was, well, as long as it's a skirt and a dress that covers my bottom and my chest somewhat, I'm good. And if that's what you do, totally fine. But now my standards have definitely been a little bit more, I don't want to say strict in the sense of I feel like I'm this, that, and the third if I wear a short skirt. No, it's just, I think that my convictions have definitely been solidified. And so now I have a better gauge of how I dress. And so I get also a lot of questions on that. My main thing is just wearing a high neckline, wearing sleeves, and my skirts on my dresses and skirts have to be at least right at my knee or lower. And so that's just my own personal thing. I also don't really prefer form-fitting things, and if I do, I balance it out with flowy things. Like if I have a tight top, I wear a flowy skirt. If I have a tight skirt, I wear a flowy top and like a cardigan to cover it, or just something like that, you know? And like I said, that's mainly just personal preference and also just what I feel the most comfortable in within my personal conviction. So I guess another reason that really hit me of why I have just continued to embrace and feel inspired to continue to wear skirts and dresses is my denomination. I am Apostolic Pentecostal, so that's just almost part of the culture. It's just like you see all of us women in skirts and dresses. And yeah, so I definitely think that that type of influence has helped me hold myself accountable to my personal conviction and to my modesty standards. But I also kind of want to preface, like, my church doesn't have like this specific rule book where if your skirt isn't this length, or if you wear a shirt without sleeves, then, you know, you're going to be banished from the church and we're not going to talk to you. Nobody thinks like that. But it's just, once again, my own thing. But it does really help when, you know, you're not just the oddball out that's wearing a skirt at some random event and everyone's wearing pants. Because I've definitely found myself where if I go shopping somewhere, or if I'm going to some event of some sort, and like, you know, most people are just wearing pants or something super casual, and like I'm wearing like a skirt or a dress or like leggings that have a skirt attached, people look at me like I'm weird. And at the end of the day, whatever you wear, like, you're not weird for whatever you wear. But I've definitely noticed that I get more stares by dressing modestly than I did when I dressed immodestly. So I didn't really know what that correlates to, but it's just something that I've noticed. But yeah, those are mainly all of my reasons, and I guess my, you know, standards of why I dress the way that I dress. I think that on this channel, I'm definitely going to be doing a few lookbooks like for spring and summertime. I'm going to for sure do a modest swimwear lookbook with some of my girlfriends and things like that. But I think I really wanted to just get this out there so people can really understand my main reasoning for it. And once again, if you wear pants, if you choose to dress differently than I do, I still love you. You know, you're still an amazing person. We just have different lifestyles. And I think that being able to, for everyone to just accept that and just encourage others to just continue to be kind and loving, that should be the main focus, not exactly what your skirt length is. And, you know, if, you know, certain things are showing, it should just be about spreading love and kindness. And also just, honestly, for educational purposes was the main reason I did this, because some people genuinely don't get it and some people genuinely don't know. And so, I don't know. I just kind of wanted to throw this out here for my first video. So thank you so much for watching. If you have any questions, always feel free to comment down below, or also you can message me on Instagram, which I will also put in the description box. But I hope that all of you guys have such a blessed day, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.